Attention, where is it going to go next? So the world that we live in today is much more complicated than the world that we used to live in terms of understanding everything that's going on, right? It used to be that we shared information by running into people when we were walking the street, going out to the store, and going out to a plaza. And so we were, incentivized to go out to these locations where we could physically see people in real life and talk to them. And that's how information was shared. And really, for a lot of human history, information was shared in a similar way. And so we've adapted to be influenced by people within those type of settings. And we really don't know how the human's brain is gonna respond to our modern world where we interact with each other in a much different way, where we interact with people across the world who we've never even met and who we don't get social cues. So it's a fascinating thing to think about how our attention systems and how our brain is gonna respond to this new world. And one that we already know is that, within the past decade with the onset of social media, is that we seem to have a more difficult time focusing. And we're switching our attention back and forth between different apps on our phone. We're spending a lot more time on our phone. And so I think as we go ahead in the next decades, and as we look back in the previous decade, and we think about the trajectory that we've gone on in social media, where, for example, the first social platform that we know of typically is MySpace. It hung on for years, and then it was replaced by Facebook, which has been around for a long time, and it's still around, but now it's getting surpassed by Instagram. And this type of pattern of platforms coming on and then going away is probably a pattern that's going to continue to happen within the next decades. And it might even happen at a more rapid pace as we lose our ability to focus and as we get more used to changing our focus to different things and being distractible. And the pattern that we see within these social media platforms, for example, today, the demographics of people who use Facebook is a lot older than the people who use Instagram. And the pattern that we see is probably going to repeat in the decades to come with these different social medias. So for example, the early onset, the people who use it at the beginning are likely to be younger people, sort of explorers who like new things. And as the platform gets established, then older people will latch onto it and start using it. And then the younger people will go away and find the next new thing. And the age differences within these platforms is going to have interesting effects on the way these platforms operate. So right now, you can put advertisements on Facebook that people see and actually pay attention to that are older because they take the time to pay attention to them and see them. Those same advertisements that might be on a different medium like Instagram will be glossed over by younger people who are quicker at attending and quicker at shifting their attention. So the age demographics that change within these platforms as a result of the duration in which these platforms exist can change the way that advertisements are effective on them and the way that those platforms can be used. Thanks for listening. We're going to be posting regularly about human psychology and how humans are influenced by media and how they're influenced by each other. So if you enjoyed this, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button and the share button, and let us know in the comments below what you think. And be sure to check the links below where you can find more information about Intermark Group.